These are 50 of the most famous people in history, their lifespans, and the causes of their deaths. Let's take a look. Diego Maradona was the legendary Argentine footballer who lived from 1960 to 2020 and passed away at the age of 60 due to a heart attack. Next is Kobe Bryant, the iconic American athlete who lived from 1978 to 2020 and tragically died at the age of 41 in a helicopter crash. Moving on to Nelson Rockefeller, the former U.S. vice president who lived from 1909 to 1979 and died at the age of 70 following a heart attack. Following is Alexander Fleming, the renowned scientist who discovered penicillin and lived from 1881 to 1955 before passing away at the age of 73 due to a heart attack. Next is Florence Nightingale, the pioneering nurse who lived from 1820 to 1910 and died peacefully at the age of 90 from natural causes. Moving on to Mother Teresa, the globally respected humanitarian who lived from 1910 to 1997 and passed away at the age of 87 due to heart failure. Also on the list is Galileo Galilei, the influential Italian scientist who lived from 1564 to 1642 and died at the age of 77 from heart failure. Next is Nikola Tesla, the brilliant inventor who lived from 1856 to 1943 and passed away at the age of 86 due to coronary thrombosis. Moving on to Steve Jobs, the visionary Apple co-founder who lived from 1955 to 2011 and died at the age of 56 after battling pancreatic cancer. Following is Bruce Lee, the legendary martial artist who lived from 1940 to 1973 and passed away at the age of 32 due to cerebral edema. Next is James Dean, the celebrated American actor who lived from 1931 to 1955 and tragically died in a car crash at the age of 24. Moving on to Marilyn Monroe, the iconic actress who lived from 1926 to 1962 and passed away at the age of 36 due to an overdose. Also on the list is Freddie Mercury, the legendary musician who lived from 1946 to 1991 and died at the age of 45 from an AIDS-related illness. Next is Bob Marley, the reggae icon who lived from 1945 to 1981 and passed away at the age of 36 after battling cancer. Moving on to Whitney Houston, the award-winning singer who lived from 1963 to 2012 and died at the age of 48 due to drowning and heart disease. Following is Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll who lived from 1935 to 1977 and passed away at the age of 42 following a heart attack. Next is Michael Jackson, the globally celebrated king of pop, who lived from 1958 to 2009 and died at the age of 50 from cardiac arrest. Next is Queen Elizabeth II, the British monarch who lived from 1926 to 2022 and passed away at the age of 96 due to old age. Moving on to Princess Diana, the beloved British royal who lived from 1961 to 1997 and tragically died at the age of 36 in a car crash. Following is Ernest Hemingway, the acclaimed American author who lived from 1899 to 1961 and passed away at the age of 61 by suicide. Next is Charles Dickens, the renowned British author who lived from 1812 to 1870 and died at the age of 58 following a stroke. Moving on to William Shakespeare, the legendary playwright who lived from 1564 to 1616 and passed away at the age of 52 due to an unknown illness. Also on the list is Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, the celebrated Austrian composer who lived from 1756 to 1791 and died at the age of 35 following an acute febrile illness. Next is Ludwig van Beethoven, the iconic German composer who lived from 1770 to 1827 and passed away at the age of 56 due to liver disease. Moving on to Pablo Picasso, the influential Spanish painter who lived from 1881 to 1973 and died at the age of 91 from heart failure. Following is Vincent van Gogh, the famous Dutch painter who lived from 1853 to 1890 and passed away at the age of 37 by suicide. Next is Michelangelo, the legendary Italian artist who lived from 1475 to 1564 and died at the age of 88 from natural causes. Moving on to Leonardo da Vinci, the brilliant artist and inventor who lived from 1452 to 1519 and passed away at the age of 67 from natural causes. Also on the list is Charles Darwin, the renowned scientist who lived from 1809 to 1882 and died at the age of 73 due to heart disease. Next is Isaac Newton, the pioneering scientist who lived from 1643 to 1727 and passed away at the age of 84 from natural causes. Moving on to Albert Einstein, the world-famous scientist who lived from 1879 to 1955 and died at the age of 76 due to an abdominal aneurysm. Following is Karl Marx, the influential philosopher who lived from 1818 to 1883 and passed away at the age of 64 following an illness. Next is Joseph Stalin, the Soviet leader who lived from 1878 to 1953 and died at the age of 74 after suffering a stroke. Moving on to Adolf Hitler, the Austrian-born dictator who lived from 1889 to 1945 and died at the age of 56 by suicide. Next is Napoleon Bonaparte, the French emperor who lived from 1769 to 1821 and passed away at the age of 51 due to stomach cancer. Next is Winston Churchill, the former UK Prime Minister who lived from 1874 to 1965 and passed away at the age of 90 following a stroke. Moving on to John F. Kennedy, the former U.S. president who lived from 1917 to 1963 and was assassinated at the age of 47. Following is Abraham Lincoln, the former U.S. president who lived from 1809 to 1865 and was assassinated at the age of 56. Next is Nelson Mandela, the legendary South African leader who lived from 1918 to 2013 and passed away at the age of 95 due to a respiratory infection. Moving on to Mahatma Gandhi, the iconic Indian independence leader who lived from 1869 to 1948 and was assassinated at the age of 78. Following is Martin Luther King Jr., the renowned civil rights leader who lived from 1929 to 1968 and was assassinated at the age of 39. Next is Joan of Arc, the celebrated French heroine who lived from 1412 to 1431 and was executed at the age of 19. Moving on to Confucius, the influential Chinese philosopher who lived from 551 to 479 BCE and passed away at the age of 72 after an illness traditionally described as poisoning. Following is Socrates, the renowned Greek philosopher who lived from 470 to 399 BCE and died at the age of 71 by execution through poison hemlock. Next is Alexander the Great, the legendary conqueror who lived from 356 to 323 BCE and passed away at the age of 32 following an illness. Moving on to Cleopatra VII, the famous Queen of Egypt who lived from 69 to 30 BCE and died by suicide at the age of 39. Following is Julius Caesar, the powerful Roman leader who lived from 100 to 44 BCE and was assassinated at the age of 55 after being stabbed. Next is Buddha, also known as Siddhartha Gautama, the revered religious leader who lived from 563 to 483 BCE and passed away at the age of 80 following an illness traditionally linked to food poisoning. Moving on to Muhammad, the prophet of Islam who lived from 570 to 632 CE and passed away at the age of 62 following an illness. Finally, we have Jesus Christ, who is the central figure of Christianity, who lived from around 4 BCE to 33 CE and died by crucifixion at approximately 33 years of age. These remarkable individuals changed the world in different ways, and their legacies continue to inspire millions today. Which of these famous figures surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating videos.